Hello and welcome to Dubai Trains. In this video, I want to talk about frog juicers. And why? Because I noticed that a lot of people don't know that these products exist and they're actually really convenient. So I want to explain first off, why do we need frog juicers? What's the issue we're trying to solve? And then talk a little bit about the frog juicers themselves and keep it short and sweet just like that. Let's start after the intro. This video was made possible by ABR Model Works, providing kits and accessories for all model railroaders. Get your 10% discount with the coupon code DTSAVE10. Looking to support the model railroading community? Check out the Dubai Trains Patreon page to find out how you can contribute. So why do we need frog juicers? Let me explain with this example, this diorama that I'm working on. So you see there's one track coming in here and then it diverges into two tracks. So let's have a quick look at the polarity of the track. We come in here on the right, this one will be plus and this one will be a minus. And then if we follow this track here, then this one will be plus, and then follow this one here, this one will be minus. So obviously this one will then be plus, and then the other one here will be minus. So a train will run on this piece of track, will run here and then run here. So now comes the problem, because if you follow this plus and this minus, you get into this section, you see that they cross right here. So then you're going to get a short. If you just leave it like this, disconnect all the track right here, you're going to get a short in this frog area. So what you want to do anyways is isolate this piece of track, just like that. So there's no short circuit. The short circuit also comes from this section. You see there's a plus here and there's a minus here. If you follow these two, this goes to the same crossing right there. So this is now isolated. There's a few different ways to solve this problem. One would be to just avoid it. So sometimes turnouts, I mean this is a crossing, but turnouts have the same. They have plastic frogs like this. So then you just avoid the problem altogether. This plastic doesn't conduct, so you're not going to have a short. Downside is that there's no power here. And I like to have power on all my track just as a redundancy to make sure that all locomotives will keep running. So another thing you can do is isolate the frog. So if you take a turnout, this is a PECO electro frog. This side you would use isolators, so plastic connectors to make sure there's no connection. And then here you see the track is already pre-cut right there. So then this will be an isolated frog. And that's great because that means if you attach a wire, I already did it, that you can power this piece of frog. But as we just explained here, depending on the direction of the turnout, the polarity needs to change. Because if we go in the south direction, it needs to be minus. And if we go in the north direction, it needs to be plus. So now we come to the powering of the frog. So one way to do it is that the power actually goes through the turnout itself. So if you would switch, then you would have a connection right here that would power this whole frog. And if you would turn it that way, then you would power the frog as well. I don't like that at all because this is not a very reliable connection. So I don't do that actually. I wired this differently. So now we are where we want to be. There's different ways to power and to switch the polarity of the frog. One of them will be with the tortoise switching device. There's output there that switches the polarity as you switch the turnout. But I have manual throws on my turnouts, so that's not going to work. What I do is I get these Tam Valley frog juicers. It's already in the name, it juices the frog. It gives electric supply to the frog, and it also automatically switches the polarity of the frog. So how does that work? It's very simple. When the wheel crosses this connection right here, there's actually a little short that exists if it's in the wrong polarity. And then the frog juicer detects that short, and with a fraction of a second, it changes polarity. And for my main layout, as you see, I use these hexa frog juicers. There's nothing more than one print that you can connect 6 different frogs or other utilities to. Now for the diorama we are building, I don't need 6, but I only need 1. So I got the mono frog juicer. It comes in a package something like this. This is what is inside, so it's really tiny. And this will switch the polarity of one frog or one device. It's really a good manual. It really explains in a simple form and in a more elaborate form how it works. So this is basically how it works. You connect plus and the minus to the 2 outer poles of this blue connector. And then the middle one is the one that's variable, and it goes to your frog, as you see here, of your turnout. So for the diorama, this is it. It's not a lot of wiring at all. Got the main wires coming in here, the red and the black, and then 2 going to the track. And then this is my frog. It's in a neutral green color. And then all I gotta do is connect the red and the black to the outer blue poles, and this green one right here to the middle, and then that's that. And then I just tape this print to the surface. It says that the best installation method is to use double-sided sticky foam tape. I don't have that. I do have double-sided tape and foam tape, so I guess that will do. And it's done for now. I do want to know this is not proper wire management. You should not tape your wires for your final layout, but for a diorama like this, just messing around is just fine. All I have to do now is to connect 2 bus wires from here, then the track is powered, the frog juicer is powered, and then the frog is powered as well, and that's done. That's all the wiring for the diorama. So have a look at Tam Valley products. I'm not sponsoring this by any means, but have a look, there's just good products. Now, if you want to see how I lay the track on this diorama, check the video here on the top left, and on the right there'll be different videos that are interesting for you to watch. Thank you very much. That's all for today. Bye bye.